After we saw the new trailer for Mario Galaxy, the movie, many of us wondered, where the heck did Bowser Jr. come from? Well, actually, friends, there's a very interesting answer that explains where Bowser's son came from to rescue him. So get ready because this is gonna get good. The first answer many people have is that possibly Bowser painted him and that's where he came from. They say this because from the beginning we noticed that Bowser has a great passion for painting. When Bowser Jr. arrives, he brings a huge paintbrush that releases magical ink, transforming him. This of course would connect with the magic that paintings have in Mario video games, which can make things appear or even let you go inside them. Like in the case of Super Mario 64 and other cameos it had in other games. But honestly, I don't see it as possible at all, since most likely Bowser would have already painted a mushroom to become big again, and from there, destroy Princess Peach's castle and kidnap her once more. Besides, Bowser didn't have magic paint, just like Bowser Jr. in the trailer, so no, Bowser Jr.'s paint didn't come to life. The second most common answer is that he just appeared, and that's it, because that's how the movie is, but no, that's not the right answer either. Since the first Super Mario movie, everything has had a clear explanation for why things happen. And since Illumination is working very closely with Nintendo on these Super Mario movies, we've always seen answers that are closely related to the Super Mario canon. So if Bowser Jr. wasn't painted and didn't just appear out of nowhere, where does he come from? To begin with, this version we see here in the trailer is already a bit more advanced than what we see in the canon. So it couldn't be his first appearance. So, for this Bowser Jr. to get here at this exact moment in the movie, he must have had some backstory before. And I'm talking specifically about his origins. No one really knows where or how Bowser Jr. was born, so many expect the Super Mario Galaxy movie to reveal his origin. But in the meantime, there are 3 theories that explain how he was born. First, there's the theory that Bowser Jr. was created thanks to the dark magic that exists in the Mario universe. With Kamek's help, Bowser Jr. may have been created. This would connect with the origin of the Koopalings, who were first introduced as Bowser's 7 children. But later they were dismissed and it was said that they were just his minions. It's not really known how the Koopalings actually originated, but everyone thinks they were created with magic or some experiment using Bowser's technology. But this theory might not be true since Nintendo itself has said that Bowser Jr. is the only real biological son of Bowser. Not a magical son, but a biological one. And I'm not saying biological because Bowser got pregnant, but rather, Bowser Jr. might come from a scientific experiment with Bowser's DNA. The second theory is that Bowser Jr. is a wish that Bowser made while he possessed the superstar. That's why we didn't see him in the first movie. Possibly while Bowser possessed this superstar, he wished to have a child. While his son was developing, all the events of the first movie took place. That's why it took him so long to come and rescue him. And finally, the third theory is that Bowser, just like the Koopas or the Yoshis, can reproduce by himself. Basically, he laid an egg and incubated it until Bowser Jr. was born. How did he do it? I don't know, but I wouldn't like this to be his real origin. There's another theory that says Bowser did have a wife, but she died when giving birth to Bowser Jr. So Bowser incubated him and Kamek helped raise him. Although this still can't be proven, since no official document or event from Nintendo has shown that Bowser has had a partner. But anyway, putting his origin aside, let's focus on the role that Bowser Jr. has in the world of Mario. Initially, he is second in command in all of Bowser's plans, meaning that when Bowser isn't around, he is the one in charge of directing all the plans with his army. That's why, throughout several video games, we've seen him act on his own to kidnap Princess Peach or simply try to defeat Mario. Being his son doesn't mean that he spends all his time next to his dad. He has his own plans and his own life apart from that, but he still is part of Bowser's team. Now we've reached the part where many of you were confused by the Super Mario Galaxy trailer. Bowser Jr.'s first appearance was in the game Super Mario Sunshine, and years later the first Super Mario Galaxy game came out. So, how would you explain this appearance of Bowser Jr. in the Mario Galaxy movie? Well, honestly friends, this explanation does follow Nintendo's official canon, just a little mixed up. And the big news is that Super Mario Sunshine does exist in this Mario cinematic universe. We were able to see several references since the first movie, like the travel agency to Delfino Island, or even in this recent trailer where we saw the roulette and the casino from the Delfino Hotel. But the most important thing is that we had the paintbrush that supposedly Dr. Egad gave to Bowser Jr. And I know several of you are going to say that this paintbrush doesn't have Dr. Egad's logo or mark. But I think the most logical explanation here is that Bowser Jr. himself changed it because he's quite a rascal. According to Mario Sunshine, he said that the weird doctor in the white coat gave him that paintbrush on his own, which is possibly false. Bowser Jr. stole it, or possibly threatened him to give it to him. And this paintbrush caught his attention since his dad Bowser has a great passion for painting. This would also connect with the fact that Bowser Jr. likes to do graffiti. So the explanation in the Mario movies is that in this universe, Bowser Jr. had already stolen Dr. Egad's paintbrush. Bowser and his son had possibly already made several plans and caused a lot of destruction before Mario entered the video game world or universe. In the first movie, Bowser Jr. already knew that his dad had the plan to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, while Jr. was going to be on his own mission or doing his own thing separately, just like in the game Bowser's Inside Story, where there was a separate story called Bowser Jr.'s Journey, in which he went to look for the cure for a disease called Blorb. Or it could also be that Bowser Jr. might have been in space trying to capture Rosalina. That's why, when he learned of his dad's capture, he brought his whole army to Earth in the Mushroom Kingdom. And Rosalina realized this, so she went to help Peach. And that's how we get to the answer to where the heck did Bowser Jr. come from in the trailer for the Mario Galaxy movie. But now we have a new question after everything we've seen. Will we get a Mario Sunshine movie? Maybe, friends, but we'll save that for another video. Did you all know this whole story about Bowser Jr.? Or where do you think he came from in the trailer? We'll be reading your comments to find out what other videos you'd like to see.